What's up, everybody? It's Joel with the one and only, you already know, Real Broker, coming at you with another video. And today we're going to talk about that one time that I lost $30,000. So if you guys are ready, let's get straight to it. I'm sure you can imagine this was a pretty traumatic experience for me. And really what made it such a big deal was I was at the beginning of my career. I didn't really know what I was doing. I didn't have any money. So this really amplified everything times 10. And in hindsight, it wasn't really a big deal now that I think about it, because I know we're gonna lose out on deals for a various amount of reasons, right? Maybe the client decides that they're gonna work with somebody else. Maybe the client decides that they're gonna sell the property on their own, or maybe they just completely change their mind, or they have a private sale, or they give it to family. So there are a lot of things that could happen that'll cause you to lose out on a deal, but at the time I didn't really know, and it was pretty harsh. I literally cried, and I had this feeling in my stomach. I felt like throwing up, and I know that sounds kind of extreme, but whenever you have no money and you're hustling and you're grinding and you don't really have perspective, it really, really hurt the soul. So the situation goes, there was a client that was in town and they were looking to buy a property. And from my conversations with them, I thought that I had pre-qualified them because obviously I didn't know what I was doing. They were supposedly looking for a condo with ocean views, and it never had really thought or occurred to me that they were gonna go a new route. In this case, they actually ended up buying a new construction, not only one, but two of them worth $1.5 million. Now, for those of you who know new construction, it's a very, very easy deal, and you don't even really have to do anything. And what hurt the most is my team leader had told me to sign them up or enroll them with all of the builders, so that way I would get credit if they did decide to do a new construction. But at the time, I knew what I was doing, supposedly, and I knew that a house, specifically a new construction, was not really what they're looking for, because we had spent our time looking for condos, and I had asked them the question, if they were looking for a home or if they would consider new construction, and it's not really something that they were looking for. Sure enough, you guessed it, they ended up buying a new construction, two of them worth a lot of money, and because I didn't register them with the builder, I lost out on a lot of money. And it's funny to think, because the builder always asks the client if they're working with the real estate agent, and at that time they were working with me. We've been spending a lot of time together, but they decided to tell the builder that they had not. And one of the reasons they did this is not to burn me or not out of spite, but because out of lack of knowledge, thinking that it was going to cost them more money, when in reality, it had no effect on their final sales price. So really, they were just trying to watch their own back and not have to pay extra money. And in turn, I lost out on a big fat paycheck. Ultimately, at the end of the day, everything that happens to you doesn't happen to you, but it happens because of you. I should have listened to my team leader. I should have enrolled them with new construction with the builders, and this whole thing wouldn't have happened. Of course, I was devastated. My team leader actually reached out to the client and said, hey, what the heck? She was looking out for my back. They had already signed the paperwork. She reached out to the builders and their managers, but at that point, since the paperwork was signed, there just really wasn't anything that could be done. He was very apologetic, but of course, what does that do to my pocketbook? Absolutely nothing, but it is what it is. It's a learning experience. Make sure you guys understand how new construction works in your area, what their builders are like, and it really varies. I have a list of different videos on new construction, and I plan on doing more because there's a lot of details to it. So if you guys have questions about new builds or anything in general, if you're curious what it's like to work with me as a team member or a partner over at Real Broker, let me know. And down below in the comments section, I want you guys to leave a comment when was a time that you lost out on a deal, because it happens to all of us. And I think it's very important to share our losses, because people always share the wins and they're always glorifying themselves on social media. But the truth is, we're going to lose out on more deals, way more deals than we'll actually ever do. And I hope to see you guys in the next video. Joel with Real Broker. Catch you soon.